think it's time we head over to Holland and speak to Mary Kok-Willemsen, who is the director and owner of the Holland Football University. Mary, fantastic to have you on the line with us. Just tell us a little bit about what you do at the Holland Football University.
Well, I must say Holland Football University, it's trying to develop players and coaches worldwide according to the Dutch soccer style. So it means total football, actually. So we bring in people from all over the planet and teach them the way we believe soccer should be played, with functional technique.
Hi Mary, Leanne here. Nice to meet you, finally.
Yes.
I was just wondering, why do you think the Dutch have been so successful? In the last 10 years, we've really seen them, push on and they won a European Championship. But as we've seen, they've taken their game to another level. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, I think they are one of the examples that really play the total football. You see a team that is attacking with each other and a team that is willing to defend with each other. And you see a team that does not have one star, but a star in every line. So in the front line, you have 3 strikers who are willing to put a lot of effort in the game, not only when they win the ball, but also in transition of balls. Lieke Martens has been chosen FIFA Player of the Year, Leanne. But if you see what kind of work she's willing to do for the team, and I think that is the key. Everyone is ready to attack, but everyone is also ready to defend. And the tactical game awareness, I think it's one thing they are been taught early on in Holland, and these players have been playing when they're 15, 16 years only with boys together, and when they became 16, they already played in the Eredivisie, the highest league in Holland. So I think they are maturing on a very young age, and now they're only, in general, the average age is around 23, 24. So I think there's still a lot of potential for this team to grow.
And we've seen, Mary, the fantastic support from the Dutch fans. Where's that come from? Do the Dutch just absolutely adore tournament football and football of all styles, shapes and sizes? Or have they really got behind this women's national team, especially after that Euro 2017 victory?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think 3.5 million people watched when it was the hottest day in Holland.
Wow.
And I think a lot of male commentators, the ones that have to get used to it, they're only debating that they don't like the level. But the audience is showing that it's not only about the level, but it's about the story of these pioneers, these young women that are really outspoken of their dreams, and people just want to follow that. It's a team that has interesting drama with good subs that everyone thinks should play, and still they stick together. So I think in Holland we like to party when there is an event. I must admit that. But on the other hand, it shows that football is connecting people and all different ages, nationalities, and that is what this team, I think, is presenting very well.
Yeah, again, what do you think as well is the reason, do you think many of the players that have left will end up going back to the Netherlands at any point to play? Because as we've seen, after the last European Championships, you can see Arsenal took a lot of their players. Obviously, you won the league with FC Twente, and that was a fantastic achievement by you. But do you think then, hope for one day, that a lot of the players, the Dutch girls, will come back home and play?
Yeah, that is a really good question, Leanne. I think in the beginning years, in 2006, when we started the professional league in Holland, after 2 or 3 years, the players already left, but then they went to Sweden or to Norway. And later on, they only left to England. That was when they were already 6 years abroad. But what you see now is players from 20 years old already skipping the league in Norway, skipping the league in Germany, and directly go to the Premier League. So Dutch players are really wanted. But if we don't invest in our own league, in the Eredivisie league, it means we are already losing players at 20 years old. And the players that are now 30, like Anouk Dekker and Sherida Spitse, we really need to bring them back. So it's a challenge for Holland to make sure that the Eredivisie is really going to develop. Otherwise, Spain and Italy, for example, they really outbeat us in 2 years.
Absolutely, Mary. It's a constant race between all these nations around the world. But I have to turn your attention back to the game tonight. No doubt you've been doing your studying on this Swedish side. How are the Dutch going to beat Sweden tonight?
Well, I think is looking for the mistake in the last line. You have seen it in previous games. They're looking for a wide pass, or they're looking for when they play a midfielder who is closed and not opened, so a midfielder that is facing its own goal. And that is the moment Sweden is waiting for to really push that player and create a counterattack. So Holland cannot play flat lines, they need to play diagonal lines. And I think what they need to do is win the battle in the center of the midfield. And Sweden and Holland are copying each other's playing style with 4-2-3-1. And there will be the space to play if we can and dare find it in the center. And what I think you can see this whole tournament is, I haven't seen a last line yet, Leanne, that is daring to play with 70 feet in their back. Every last line I see, also of the USA, they're running backwards as soon as a striker is running forward. So I think when Holland does it, when Miedema, for example, pushes the last line away, Holland creates the space there in the midfield.
Have you got time to get on a flight and come and join us tonight?
Mary, we need you for the final. Really, though, you're totally right. That's despite the results for the US, everyone has been talking about how defensive they've been, especially in those second half and those dying minutes of the game. Mary, thank you so much for your time. I could talk to you all night because total football never goes out of fashion. Keep doing what you're doing.
Bye.
Great to hear from you. Good luck to Mary and the Dutch.